Okay, here we are at the drill press, and I'm showing you how I made a homemade damping block, jeweler's damping block out of some scrap lignium vitae for turning. And it starts out with the smallest on this side is a 1/2 inch up to a 1 1/8 inch spade bit. And you can see the values are quite deep, they're half round. And on the other side of this block, I'm starting off where I left off, a 1/2 inch over here to a 1/2 inch here, down to about 3/8. These are the most common sizes I've found. I use the one second from the end for the most for the cigar pen, the Sierras, and the like. And I use either a piece of homemade cocobolo a dowel that I turn that fits in there, and I'll put the drill bits in here, and so or the bits, and work my way down. And then I'll use a punch that I got from Harbor Freight into the smaller holes. And what I use to press that is, since I don't have a damping block, or excuse me, not a damping block, an arbor press, I use this piece of cutoff, and it's 1/2 inch for the Jacob's chuck, and it's flat on the bottom end. You can see it's a little bit mushroomed from all the wear. So I just chuck that in here. Oops, the other way. I chuck that in there, and now my drill press, it functions as an arbor press, so I'm getting double duty at the same time. And then I will show you how I make that. Okay, so here we are at the drill press. This is just a piece of scrap wood just to show you how I made mine. I've just taken a 6-inch metal ruler, and then I just use that as a guide on both sides like so. And then I marked out with the drill bits, the spade bits, where I want to go in succession from a 1 5/8 to 3/4 to 5/8, 1/2 inch, and then the most common sizes I use for the cigar pen, the roller ball, and so forth, all the way down to the Sierra. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I make that. I'm going to drill these out first. I'm going to pause the video, drill them. That way it doesn't make the video quite so long. Okay, we're back, and all those holes are drilled. As you can see, they're all centered on the center line on both sides. Now all you got to do is just take that to the bandsaw or table saw, whichever you have, and just rip those in half. Since it's the same width, about 3/4 of an inch, just set your guide on your fence, and then just cut one side and flip it over and cut the other. And I'll show you how to do that. Okay, my fence is set. I'm at the bandsaw, so all I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut those in half on each side. Okay, see, we're getting a little bit closer to where we want to be. And then we'll just go back to the drill press for a few minutes, and I'll explain something over there. Okay, back at the drill press again. I'm showing you how I'm going to make, or how I bend these with the process. So I'm putting a gear inside the deepest spot because it's pretty big. I'm going to use that 1/2 inch dowel. This one is actually pretty soft, so I don't have to use the press, but if I was going to, I just give that a good little push. And then I could just work my way down from one valley to the next. And then I'm going to actually just push that all the way down to the smallest one, which is going to be the 1/2 inch. And then you can kind of get the idea on how that works. Then I also use these the metal parts inside the watches also. So I'll put those inside there. You can see that one already has a little bit of a bend to it. and just give it a couple good presses. It's in there. Use your your tip of that to pull it right out. And on a lot of those metal pieces that hold all the gears, and I like these particularly because a lot of them have the jewels stuck in there, so those colors pop out. What I'll do is I'll take the Dremel and I'll grind the backs, because some of those are pretty thick, and then I'll just grind those pieces out. That way they fit nicely to the concave of the or not concave, but the roundness of the barrel. So anyway, that's how I pretty much use this damping block, jeweler's damping block. And then on the side right here, you notice all these holes, and the smaller ones in particular. Well, on all these gears, if you get into this, you're going to notice you're going to have these axles or pins. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pop that over here, right over that hole, and then so you can tap it out with the drill or with the punch press. And those are pretty deep too, so that pin can go all the way down, and I don't have to, flip it over every time. So anyway, those really make a big difference on popping out those pins. That makes life for you a lot easier. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, and if you've got some good hard scrap wood to work with, and just to cut off from a pen blank, that's from my scrap pile to turn your drill press into an arbor press. That's what I use. And also when I'm doing pen assembly, I don't have one of those fancy, assembly jigs. This is what I use. I just put a piece of scrap wood under here, and then, push that in, and that supplies a great amount of pressure. Or if you're using something to flatten something out, that works really good too for bending out or leveling bent metal. So anyway, I hope you like it. If you like it, hit like on my thing. Okay, have a good day.